Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 7 and 8 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is actually a two-parter. So that works with the way that I've been watching it. 2 episodes, 2 episodes, 2 episodes. 2 episodes. The math is mathing and it makes me so happy. But what also makes me happy is that the last 2 episodes that we watched were like very much concentrating on earthbending, and we met Bumi and Haru. I wrote it down, and Tyro. I keep forgetting the dad's name. The dad's name is Tyro. We met those 3 earthbenders. They were very prominent, but like Bumi, I really liked because obviously he was a friend of Aang's from their childhood, and Aang is like 110 some years old. So, well, actually, I think he's 12, so he'd be 112 because it's a 100-year war. Math, be mathing. I love when that happens. Anyway, so he meets up with his friend Bumi, but he has no idea that it's Bumi because Bumi is an old man and he's still alive and he's still up to all of his mischievous ways. But, you know, he's still trying to teach Aang to think differently. And I love that for Aang. But also, like, they don't really touch on it. But the fact that, like, Aang has been, like, trapped in an iceberg for 100 years, and he comes out of the iceberg and everyone that he knows is gone. All the earthbenders, you know, all of the other appas, all of the other flying bison, and all of the other lemurs, they're like all gone. And there's this one person that's still around that's old and remembers Aang and knew exactly who he was too. He knew immediately who Aang was, and I love that. I love that. But like they don't like really touch on the fact that like that's kind of traumatizing. You know, and it's also exciting because, like, that's the one person that remembers him. And I'm happy for him, but it's also incredibly sad. There's those things that I, like, think back about, and it just, like, makes me really sad. Like, also, like, these kids going on these journeys, and like, Katara, you know, like, I was just kind of like, oh, she's just getting into trouble. Like, she's just walking into places and, like, making people earthbend, but then she gets herself imprisoned to get him out. Like, and she's, like, what, 15? Like, you know what I was doing when I was 15? Like, nothing. I've, like, watched TV and played video games and was, like, a lump. Like, I did nothing. And she's, like, saving people from prison. It's really interesting when you go back and you look at it from the angle of, like, not just what you saw, but, like, what it, like, how much bigger of a picture it actually is. And maybe I'm overthinking it. And maybe I should just think simply about it. But, like I was just, like, thinking to myself, like, ugh, how annoying. But then I was just like, wait a second. No, Katara is amazing. And she rallied all of those men who had given up, who had decided that, like, the Fire Nation imprisoned them for being earthbenders. They didn't have any earth to bend because they're, you know, out in the middle of the ocean. And they found a way to save them. Between Aang with his airbending and being able to blow the coal back out, you know, and like, I don't know really, like, what Sokka was used for in that episode, but like I feel like he was kind of the voice of reason a little bit, which is interesting for Sokka. And you know, then you have like Katara like rallying everybody, and Haru, like, you know, like he's still like pretty confident in his earthbending because he was just imprisoned. And I think that inspires all of the men that had been there for such a long time, especially his father. And it was brilliant watching all of these men shoot this coal at all these fire, you know, benders. It's really interesting that it seems like everyone in the Fire Nation can firebend. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I have to keep an eye out for that. Like, it just, all of a sudden I was just like, wait, why can they all firebend? I guess if you're going to have a prison that is imprisoning earthbenders, the people that should be on this prison should all be firebenders so they could fight. And a fight ensued. And, you know, apparently cowards float. I loved that. I loved that a lot. I thought that was great. Tyro was perfect with that line. At the end of the episode, Katara notices that her mother's necklace is gone, and that's very important to her because, you know, her mother has died. I don't know if they ever really mentioned what happened to their father. They're either at war or he also died in the war. That was like really the last thing that she had, like, of her mother. And it was very important to her, and they show Prince Zuko picking it up off the ground at the prison. So, I mean, I keep I'm not surprised that, like, we're gonna get Prince Zuko and our group, like, mingling and intertwining. We didn't get him with episode 5, and we got him just at the end of episode 6. And he's the character that I'm actually the most intrigued about because of, like, how broken of a boy he has to be a warrior from birth, and his father, exiling him, and him trying to win his honor back by capturing the Avatar. It's got to just be constant gears turning in his mind on how to make this work and how to make this happen, and that's just torturous. And, wherever there's Prince Zuko, we also get Uncle Iroh, which, is he having some calming, relaxing jasmine tea? Is he enjoying eating his duck? We have to catch up with Uncle Iroh. He's just fun. I like that guy. I like him a lot. And I'm glad that Zuko has a guy like him. Like, he's stern with him when he has to be, but, like, having, like, a fun, jovial, kind of, like, loose, relaxed uncle is exactly what Zuko needs, because he's so tightly wound, because he's got this mission and he's so focused on it. But guys, I am excited to get back into these episodes, mainly because now I have a floof to sit with me. Isn't he cute? He's got the best face. Do we look alike? I don't know. But I was so happy when I received this in my P.O. box this week, and I couldn't adore anything anymore. I just keep hugging it. Appa. I keep hugging Appa. I love it. I love it so much. But guys, I'm excited to get into these episodes, especially because it's a two-parter, so I'm sure it's going to be a magnificent story. So guys, let's get into it. Yip, yip. He's so cute. Well, that's peaceful.
Those clouds look so soft, don't they? Like you could just jump down and you'd land in a big, soft, cottony heap.
It does look relaxing.
Maybe you should give it a try.
I'll try it.
Yay!
Turns out clouds are made of water.
Yep.
It's like a scar.
Oh, wow.
Aang, are you okay?
Fire Nation! Those evil savages make me sick. They have no respect for...
Calm down.
What? I'm not allowed to be angry?
Yes, you are. Give him a moment, though.
How could I let this happen?
Oh.
Aang, you didn't let this happen.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you.
At all.
It's the Avatar's job to protect nature. But I don't know how to do my job. That's why we're going to the North Pole.
No.
It's time to leave! Where are you? Uncle Iroh!
Oh, what is Uncle Iroh?
Over here. You look tired, Prince Zuko. Why don't you join me in these hot springs?
Yeah, it looks relaxing and chill.
It's time to go!
Take your teacher's advice and relax a little.
Just a little.
I heated it myself.
Get out of the water!
Very well.
Oh!
But be back at the ship in half an hour, or I'm leaving without you.
You ready to be cheered up? No.
Oh. Oh!
Hey, how is that cheering me up?
Cheered me up. Ow. Yeah, I probably deserve that.
I don't know about deserve.
Every one of these will be a tall oak tree someday. Thanks, Katara.
She's a good big sister.
Are you the Avatar, child? My village desperately needs your help.
Well, and he would love to help you. He definitely would love to help you. Oh. Is it Fire Nation?
So the rumors of your return are true. It is the greatest honor of a lifetime to be in your presence.
Oh.
For the last few days at sunset, a spirit monster comes and attacks our village.
Each of the last 3 nights, he has abducted one of our own.
As the solstice approaches, the natural world and the spirit world will grow closer and closer. Who better to resolve a crisis between our world and the spirit world? You are the great bridge between man and spirits.
Right, that's me.
Oh.
Aang, you seem a little unsure about all this. I don't know anything at all about the spirit world. It's not like there's someone to teach me this stuff.
Oh, poor Aang.
Maybe whatever I have to do will just come to me.
Maybe.
We're all gonna get eaten by a spirit monster.
He's such a big brother. Well, maybe the spirit monster can help Aang talk to Roku.
Who's there? A meadow bull.
I doubt it. Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't just going to be that. Oh.
This is the Fire Lord's brother, the once great General Iroh. But now, he's our prisoner.
Uh-oh. I wonder how Zuko will handle his uncle being imprisoned.
Hello, Spirit, can you hear me? This is the Avatar speaking.
If anyone can save us, he can.
He still shouldn't have to face this alone.
Well, that's very nice of Sokka to say. Like, go help then. One thing I'll say, he's not a coward. He's not shy. He's very brave.
I hereby ask you to please leave this village in peace.
Yeah. Oh, there really is a spirit monster. I thought maybe there was a gas leak. Everyone was just seeing things.
You must be the Heibai spirit. My name is...
Oh! Wow. Okay.
Maybe we should go help him.
Only the Avatar stands a chance against the Heibai.
How do we know that?
I command you to turn around now!
Oh. Oh!
He needs help.
Sokka, wait!
Sokka is so brave.
Hey, bye! Over here!
Ooh, well.
We'll fight him together, Aang.
I don't want to fight him unless I...
Have to.
It looks like there's been a landslide, sir.
Land doesn't slide uphill. My uncle's been captured by earthbenders.
He's a smart kid. Glad he figured it out. Oh! It's just gone into the spirit world. Well, okay. What are those?
We're taking you to face justice.
Right. But where specifically?
Is he naked? Baker. Smart.
I'm sure they'll be back. I would be shocked if the Avatar returned without him.
Katara? Katara, I lost him.
Is he in the spirit world?
I'm in the spirit world.
Yeah, buddy. What is that? They have wild things that they're writing in this episode.
All I have to do is figure out what I have to do. Avatar Roku, how can I talk to you?
Well, you're in the spirit world, so... Is that a dragon? Can he not airbend in the spirit world? The dragon looks cool.
You're Avatar Roku's animal guide. Is there some way for me to talk to Roku?
Get on. Let's go.
Take me to Roku.
Yay! Are they chickens? What are they? Ostrich? He could see that?
My old joints are feeling sore and achy, and these shackles are too loose. It would help me if you would tighten them so they wouldn't shake around so much.
Tighten the prisoner's handcuffs.
What? Ah! Ah! Smart. Oh my gosh! Well, alright. Uncle Iroh is good.
Is that what Roku wants to talk to me about? When can I talk to him?
Ah. Solstice.
The Avatar.
Yeah, you gotta go after your uncle, kiddo. We'll see what he chooses. Nice. But where's Sokka?
You're back! Where's Sokka? I'm not sure.
Maybe he'll be back.
These dangerous hands must be crushed.
Wait, what? Thank you, Prince Zuko. Zuko.
You're clearly outnumbered.
That's true. But you are clearly outmatched.
This man has no clothes, just chains. Nice.
Now would you please put on some clothes?
Scared me. Ah.
You're upset and angry because your home was burned down. My friend gave me hope that the forest would grow back.
Aww. That's all he needed? Oh.
How are you feeling?
Like I seriously need to use the bathroom.
I thought we were gonna get something profound out of Sokka.
Thank you, Avatar. If only there were a way to repay you for what you've done.
You
Food.
could give us some supplies.
Sokka?
What? We need stuff.
I detect no lies.
I need to talk to Roku, and I think I found a way to contact his spirit. That's great!
Creepy, but great.
There's a temple on a crescent-shaped island, and if I go there on the solstice, I'll be able to speak with him. And there's one more problem. The island is in the Fire Nation.
Of course it is. Great.
Come on, boy! Look, I'm sorry, but Katara and Sokka aren't coming to the Fire Nation with us. If they got hurt, I'd never forgive myself. So get your big butt off the ground and let's go!
Come on, Appa.
I need to get to the fire temple before the sun sets on the solstice. That's today.
Yip yip.
We're not letting you go into the Fire Nation, Aang.
At least not without your friends. We got your back.
You'll have to fly fast to have any chance of making it before sundown.
Thank you for your...
Go!
Come on, boy, we've got a long way to go.
Poor Appa.
Sailing into Fire Nation waters. Of all the foolish things you've done, this is the most foolish.
Why?
Have you completely forgotten that the Fire Lord banished you?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess he can't go back. Yeah. What are they putting on there?
Fire!
Oh, that's what the warning was about. The fireball. Not a comet.
Technically, you were still in Earth Kingdom waters. Turn back now and they cannot arrest you.
Yeah, I would calm down there, Zuko.
This is exactly why I didn't want you to come. It's too dangerous.
Let's run this blockade.
Sokka is just like fearless. I love that about him.
If the Fire Nation captures you, there's nothing I can do. Do not follow the Avatar.
Yeah, stop.
I'm sorry, Uncle. Run the blockade!
The Avatar and the Banished Prince. This must be my lucky day.
Commander Zhao.
I knew it was Zhao. I knew it. Appa is so unbothered. Except then. Yeah, get it out, get it out, get it out.
Appa, are you okay?
Yeah, he's tough.
We need to stop and make repairs. Do not stop this ship.
Oh boy. Nice. I mean, I wasn't worried, but still.
Fire!
Wow. Super impressive, Aang. Proud of you, boy.
We got into the Fire Nation. Great.
Yay. Victory.
We're on a collision course.
We can make it.
The boarding party is ready to apprehend Prince Zuko, sir.
Zuko is just so overly confident.
Let them pass.
Let them pass? What's his play there?
The island where Roku's dragon took me.
Super cool.
You did it, buddy. Nice
You
flying.
got any food for him?
Wait, I think I heard something.
Yeah.
We are the Fire Sages, guardians of the Temple of the Avatar.
I am the Avatar.
We know
Yeah, you're not the right avatar for them.
if the Avatar contacts Roku, there's no telling how powerful the boy will become.
Interesting.
Do you know where you're going?
Nope. Wrong way!
I don't want to fight you.
Oh, good.
I am a friend.
Firebenders aren't our friends.
Some could be.
This way.
That's really cool.
Time is running out.
Yeah, go.
Quickly.
Go, 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 go.
Why didn't Commander Zhao arrest me?
He knows you'll lead him to the prize you're both after.
Smart.
When Roku died, the sages eagerly awaited for the next avatar to
And
return.
they never did.
But he never came.
Yeah.
They were waiting for me.
Hey, don't feel bad. You're only 100 years late.
When I learned you were coming, I knew I would have to betray the other sages.
Thank you for helping me.
See, they're not all bad.
Wait for the light to hit Avatar Roku's statue. Only then will you be able to speak with him.
I am so excited for him to speak to Roku.
The sanctuary doors, they're closed. The sages must open the doors together with 5 simultaneous fire blasts.
5 fire blasts, huh?
What you got, Sokka? Sokka. Why did I just say Sokka?
I seal the lamp oil inside an animal skin casing. Shayu lights the oil-soaked twine and fake firebending.
You've really outdone yourself this time, Sokka.
Smart.
This might actually work.
Oh,
They're still locked!
It didn't work.
I didn't think it would. I mean, it seems like a little too easy to get in there if you need the sages to do it, right? It's a nice try, though, Sokka.
That blast looked as strong as any firebending I've seen.
Sokka, you're a genius! Wait, how is Sokka a genius?
Yeah, explain.
Sokka's plan didn't work, but it looks like it did.
Oh, to fool the sages.
He's inside. Open the doors immediately.
So smart. So cool!
It's the Avatar's Lima. We've been tricked.
Aang, now's your chance!
The
Of
Avatar's coming
course.
with me. Close the doors, quickly.
He needs to get in there. Wow. Spikes. So many spikes. I'm ready for Roku. So much.
light hits the statue and I talk to Roku. So why isn't anything happening?
Maybe you have to like, I don't know, become one?
I don't know what I'm doing. Please, Avatar Roku, talk to me.
Oh, here it comes.
It's good to see you, Aang. What took you so long? I have something very important to tell you, Aang.
Is it about that vision? The one of the comet?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was the fireballs.
100 years ago, Fire Lord Sozin used that comet to begin the war and dealt a deadly first strike against the other nations.
Oh.
Sozin's comet will return by the end of this summer.
Oh.
If he succeeds, even the Avatar won't be able to restore balance to the world. You must defeat the Fire Lord before the comet arrives.
But what does that mean?
If the world is to survive, you must do it by summer's end.
No pressure.
What if I can't master all the elements in time?
I know you can do it, Aang, for you have done it before.
Ah. Yep.
We must go our separate ways.
What if I have questions?
When you need to talk to me again, you will find a way. A great danger awaits you at the temple. I can help you face the threat, but only if you are ready.
Yes, please. Ah!
I'm ready.
Ah, I love when he does that.
Fire!
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Roku is going to destroy the temple.
Oh, wow. Oh. But why would he destroy the temple? I dig Avatar Roku. Oh, it's Aang. Where's Appa? Yeah. Hee.
No prince, no avatar.
Failure.
But Commander, only Shayu helped the Avatar.
As far as I'm concerned, you are all guilty. Take them to the prison hold.
I hate Joe. It's a cool shot. Ah, I kind of want to watch another episode, but I won't. Okay, so Avatar Roku, awesome. And it was nice to see that there are firebenders, even though he was, you know, tasked to, was it Shayu was his name? He was tasked to take care of the fire temple, and it didn't matter the Avatar. It was just, he was there to serve the Avatar, and it turned into serving the Fire Nation and the Fire Lord. It was nice that there was somebody that was part of the Fire Nation that was not 100% loyal to the Fire Nation, that he is in fact loyal to the Avatar. And that just shows that like there's people that you could probably trust in the Fire Nation, that they're not all bad. Unfortunately, they have only run into firebenders. So they have either wanted to capture the Avatar or wants to capture and arrest Zuko. So, you know, I feel like if they worked together, they would, well, I don't know. I don't think Zuko's there yet. I think he still very much, you know, wants to prove something to his father. And apparently Aang has to fight. I'm not sure quite what he has to do, but he has to face the Fire Lord. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that just like means until somebody yields, if that's death, if that's like a battle of wits, if it's a battle of who knows how to use powers better than the other. I don't know what that means. And I would hope that, you know, Aang wouldn't have to do something like kill the Fire Lord. Now, I really liked when we're visiting the spirit world, although the spirit monster, like I get why he was attacking the village, but I don't know why he looked the way he did instead of like the panda that he is. It's, I guess, to make him scarier. But I do like that it was a way of having the Avatar, to have Avatar Roku contact Avatar Aang. It's a cool dragon, really was. And it was really sad to see Aang like really feel and bear some responsibility for the Fire Nation, you know, destroying that part of that land. And while it's not his fault and there's nothing he can do to stop it, it just like you can kind of see the weight of the world just kind of getting heavier and heavier on his shoulders. And Aang is like so like childish in not childish in a way of like that he's immature. Well, I mean, he is kind of immature, but like he's a kid. He's supposed to be. And I feel like I'm watching that get stripped away, and I'm just actually really sad about it. You know, like him jumping off of Appa and floating through the air and everything. Like, you know, he still has those childlike moments, but like, you know, him like having to become the Avatar and having to do it by summer's end and having to face the Fire Lord, like that's a heavy burden to bear for a kid. You know, it's kind of like the same thing with Zuko, is that he has this heavy burden that he has to bear of being banished, and he thinks the only way that his father will let him, you know, back into the Fire Nation is to capture the Avatar. I don't even know if that's true. Because he's just like, you know, if my father sees that I'm after the Avatar, you know, he won't arrest me. And he keeps saying these things, and I feel like he doesn't really know his father. And then Uncle Iroh does very well. It was a lot of fun seeing Uncle Iroh not only be like the relaxed, chilled dude that we know that he is, but like he's smart, and he was, you know, leaving clues as to like this is the trail, this is where you go. And I do love that he chose to go and find his uncle instead of chasing the Avatar. I'm glad he made that choice. That really does mean that he values his family. And obviously he values his father because it's his father, but he values his uncle just as much. And like his uncle is his mentor, and his uncle's trying to be like, hey, get in this water and relax. I was almost going to say chill. It's calming, you know, and his uncle knows how to take that weight off of his own shoulders, and he's trying to help Zuko do that. And I don't think Zuko is ready for that. You know, he's too much in his own way. I don't know how long it'll take to see that, but I really hope that we do. Because I really like Uncle Iroh, and I really want Uncle Iroh to rub off onto Zuko. Now, Zhao, he's one of my least favorite people of the entire show. He's got something that he wants to prove also to the Fire Lord. You know, not only by bringing the Avatar, but bringing this banished son. And I don't know what favor that would win him with the Fire Lord. I really don't. Like, I know nothing about the Fire Lord to say that any of the things that these people say are true, other than the fact that Uncle Iroh is like, not a good idea. Like, I know my brother. And I trust Uncle Iroh more than anything because he's honest. And can I just point out, like, every episode where, like, Sokka, like, will say or do something that is so immature and very teenage boy, but then he immediately follows it up with, I'm going with Aang. I'm going to go out there and fight this spirit monster with Aang, and like he shouldn't be doing this alone, and we're going to the Fire Nation with Aang, and I'm stretching to like, you know, like take on firebenders. Like, he's not even a bender. Like, he's just a warrior. And he's beyond brave. Like, he's very much like he doesn't have, like, he does have fear. Like, he was afraid of like when everything was going to blow up off the door. Like, he was afraid of that explosion, but like to like face things head on, like he's not afraid. I love that. I keep seeing all these qualities to where, like, you know, like I don't want to say that it's like he's redeeming himself, but it's like you see the balance of the kid and the man between those two things. And I like that because he still has that childlike wonder, but then he still has the confidence of a warrior. And that's pretty cool. Now, I don't know what we're going to do about Zuko and the necklace. Like, I don't think he gave it back to Katara. I don't know if he wants to give it back to Katara. I don't know if he's just holding on to it. Like, but like, we need to get her necklace back. And I really love how they rally around Aang. They weren't going to let him go by himself. They wanted to stop him, but if they couldn't stop him, then they were going to go with him. And like, that is the exact friends, that is the people that you want loyal to you. Like, that shows a lot. That shows some amazing character of those two kids. And the fact that they've gone on this entire journey with Aang, again, like, just good eggs. Good eggs. And of course, it was always nice to see Appa, always nice to see Momo. But the fact that we got that cool dragon, yes, please. I'd like more of that. But of course, I'm guessing most dragons are in the Fire Nation. And I don't know if they have like regular dragons in the Fire Nation. Now I'm curious because I'm a sucker for dragons. I love me some dragons. So now that we are kind of finished with the Soul World and talking to Avatar Roku, again, Aang has this heavy weight on his shoulders of now having to become this powerful avatar in enough time to fight the Fire Lord before the comet comes. I thought when he was being shown the comet that he was seeing the fireballs. I was like, oh, that's what he saw. No, it's a real comet. Yeah, no, that's how they started the war. And that's apparently how they could win the war. And I didn't think about that, like something like on fire in the sky could be utilized by a Fire Lord. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I know that they might save it till the end of the season. So I think we have a couple episodes of Aang probably learning powers. And I don't know if they're going to go right to the North Pole because now there's an urgency of like him having to learn everything before he faces the Fire Lord. But I'm looking forward to that. Hopping llamas. Still waiting for hopping llamas. And what were they riding? They look like chickens or like I don't know if you guys remember the old game Joust where you had like the little like birds running and everything and you could jump over people and then you know you're knocking people. I don't know what that was that they were riding. And it looked like Zuko was riding like a crispy rhinoceros. I don't even know. They look burnt. That's all. I don't know. But like wild. I'm like more interested, I think, in the animals than I am almost the bending just because like I'm like, well, that's intriguing. What is that? I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I really like this show. A lot of people have been saying that like, you know, like the beginning is very kid show. And where I get that, like there is a silliness. If you look deeper, you can find deeper for sure. You can definitely get like the heaviness of what these children have on their shoulders. All of them. Poor Zuko. I feel so bad for that kid. I mean, like he's a menace and he gets into trouble all the time, but like every time he's faced Aang has always gotten the better of him. And I don't see that humbling him at all. If anything, it enrages him and makes him work harder. So maybe to take on his father, maybe to take on Zhao, I don't know. All of these children need a hug. I just want to be like, it's gonna be okay. I don't know if it'll be okay, but I hope it'll be okay. So guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to these episodes, they will be available on my Patreon, as well as early episodes. You'll find those over there as well. So if you are currently watching this on YouTube, there's more on Patreon. Just saying, if you wanted to make your way over there, you could get all the early stuff. You could go into the future. That's not how that works, but I wish that's how it works. But you can watch early episodes over on Patreon. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think of Avatar Roku? And what did you think of the spirit monster? And just kind of the spirit world in general. But I mean, Avatar Roku was pretty cool. And I'm glad he had a guide. I'm glad that there was somebody that was there to like be like, hey, I can't necessarily show you the way, but if you want to talk to me, I will be there for you. You will find a way. I think that that's awesome. I think that's amazing. I'm excited for Aang that he has a mentor, but I really dug Avatar Roku, even though it's like very short period of time. And I really wonder at this point how everyone felt about Prince Zuko, because like I feel like it'd be really easy to think that he's just a bratty child, which he 100% is. Like him yelling at his uncle to get out of the water, like what a brat. Like someone needs to bend him over their knee and like give him a couple spankings. But at the same time, I see the pain, I hear the pain, and I know the motivation, and it's painful for me. It's painful for me to think about. But I wonder, like, I feel like a lot of people probably would have hated him at first. And absolutely loved Aang and thought that he was perfect. And while I do think that, you know, like I definitely think that he's got a way to go. I'm excited for him to learn more bending, different types of bending. But we'll see what the future brings. Okay, guys. Well, I will see you in the next couple episodes. But in the meantime, see ya.